welcome back to part 2 of Bystolphin C. Straight on with the next turn, where we're going to roll to see which craft may suffer a fault. And it's number 3, which is the one we've got there. Also, and I had actually forgotten about this, we've got no active warhead at the moment on this guy. So I need to repair that. Anyway, let us worry about that in a moment. We're on to the fault side of things. And it's a single warhead fault. Well, the warhead is already faulted, so don't believe it actually says there is no token on the space that corresponds to a fault card. The fault card has no effect. Well, there is no token, although we've got one here. There's no token there, so so we got away with that one. So that is that side of things done. And we're now onto SLC1 and we surfaced. What do I do? Do I try and submerge? Yeah, I'm going to try and submerge. But I'm going to... I'm going to roll a die for it. So we need a 4, 5 or a 6 to submerge. And it's a 6. We've submerged. And what I want to do now is I'm going to try and do a full move. I was considering changing direction, moving, then looking at moving down, then going down. I'm going to try and do a full move to get to there, then change direction next turn. So let's go again, 4, 5 or 6 for a full move, which will be 2 spaces and a 3. So now, so we stay where we are. That guy, this guy, submerged, got no damage. I'm going to try and change direction like we did last time. I'm going to roll the die, 4, 5 or 6. Try and roll the die. And a 5. So we have changed direction. And now we're going to try and move to here. We're still going to end up with all the craft after us, but 4, 5 or 6. It's a 2, so we stay where we are. So we're still not moved with that guy. 3. Now I just want to look something up, so I'm just going to pause the video for a second. And what I was just checking there is if I get through the anti-torpedo net, I lose the detected token, but obviously it will move me into a space where I've got a patrol craft. So I was checking what happened. Now, what actually happens is we end up rolling for movement. And if it ends up still on top of mine, then it does try to attack, even though it's not been detected. So I'm going to go for evade net. So you must use this action to enter an anti-torpedo net hex, which will be moving into there. But what I could then do is move 2 forward as well. I just knocked one of those at me. Just check where I've knocked. Yeah, it goes there. So I could actually move under that one, get away from it. So I'm going to use a gamble for both turns. So I'm going to try first do the anti-torpedo net. To succeed, it varies, and we look down here, submerged, ops check 4, so I need a 4, 5 or a 6. If I was submerged, I'd need a 3, 4, 5 or 6, but you don't lose your detected token if you surfaced, which makes sense. So we're submerged, need a 4, 5 or a 6 to get through the anti-torpedo now, and it's a 6. So we currently, even though I've got it back to front, we're underneath. But I'm going to try and do the full move now. Or do I just guarantee I can move one move? I can do the move to one place and move that way, because sorry, I've lost the detected token there. And I could get to there. Because then only a 3 would mean that the patrol craft was on top of me, whereas if I stay where I am, a 7 or 8's on top. And I've got a lot of time left, so yeah, I'm going to guarantee myself moving 1 away. So 3. So we're doing all right with that one. Not doing well with that one, although it's keeping other people away. That one doesn't seem to be doing anything. Now, searchlights. That one's still not detected. That one's now not detected. So searchlights on the submerged SLC1. So 11 or a 12 and we're spotted. It's not an 11 or a 12. 2, already spotted. So 3, again submerged. 5, so we're still not spotted. Well, I've got a real chance here of going for one of these two. I could just drop into there. I've still got to do the repair check on the warhead as well. Yeah. Anyway, I'll worry about that in a bit. So, none of those have been spotted yet. And it's now the patrol craft response. Now we still draw alert cards, even though the patrol craft are already on the game board, to see if we get detected. I don't know if I've ever missed that for that. I don't think I have. But submerged now. So we're submerged, not detected. So it's 10, 11 or 12 for this. 3, so we're fine. That one's detected. This one's not now. But it is inside the harbour, so we've got submerged, harbour, 9 or more. Obviously, more people about in the harbour, so you're more likely to be seen. 8, so we're just all right. Now we go to the patrol craft movement. Do this one first, because that's easier. That goes on top of that, and they're going to have 3 attacks at that. Not looking good for SLC2. We're going to roll for movement. And we roll this 8-sided die. And it's a 6, so it moves in that direction. Which is good for us. It goes to there, so it goes away. Now, patrol craft attack. That one can't attack, it's not on anything. This one, we've got 3. We're going to have 3 attacks on a submerged SLC. 10 or more causes damage. 6, first one missed. 7, second one missed. 9, so all 3 missed. Now just before we do the end of turn, there is one little bit of housekeeping, I believe. No, this is good. I thought that patrol craft was going to be removed, so it could be in danger again if once detected, but if patrol craft is 4 more hexes from all SLCs, submerged, surfaced or submerged, and regardless of whether they have detected tokens, remove the patrol craft from the game board. The patrol craft can be placed back on the game board during the harbour defence phase. Well, it's not. That one's not detected, but it's only 2 away, so that stays on the board. But currently isn't causing us too much of a problem. So we move now to 230, and we're on to the next turn, and we're doing a fault check, which is on SLC1. Breathing gear fault. Now we're not about breathing gear, we haven't got any, because we lost that token early on, so that card is just discarded. So No damage that turn. SLC 1. Do I try and gamble again? Yes, I'm going to gamble. First things first, I'm going to try and change direction. So I need a 4, 5 or a 6 to change direction. No. So what am I going to do now? I'm going to move forward a guaranteed 1 place. Yeah. So I'll move forward 1. 2, not much I can do with this one apart from... I'm just checking if this moves 1. If it moves 1 in these directions, it will be within 4. So it won't be discarded. So unless it goes there, it's not good. Unless it goes there, I stay. In fact, no, because it's be within 4 still, so I'm still alright. Not a lot to do with this one other than a full move. So I'm going to move it 2 spaces. They're still going to follow it. And then with 3, I'm going to... I'm going to gamble on a full move, which will take me 2 hexes. My thoughts are, if I fail, I can still get 1. I can still do a 1 hex move. 4. So I've got 2 hexes. And then I could do the... Do I get greedy and try and turn? I've never taken out a 10-pointer. I'll try and do it. I'm going to try and change direction. So I need a 4, 5 or a 6. And it's a 2. So I failed. Well, not failed, but I didn't change direction, so that's there. So that's all the moves for the SLCs. We're now going on to searchlights for SLC 1. Submerged, so it's 10, 11 or a 12. 6. 2's detected already, so it's 3. 2, so we're alright with that one. Patrol craft responses, so again these 2 aren't detected, so we're for them. So it's, the first one is submerged, but not detected, so 10, 11 or a 12, it's alright. And this one, are we going to be okay? It's submerged, it's in the harbour, so it's a 9, 10, 11 or a 12, and it's a 12. So that is detected, but here's the beauty of this. There are no patrol craft to put out, otherwise we'd have one there. So although it knows they know we're there, they can't currently do anything. There's one little other bit we do. Remove the lowest numbered cards from the discard pile, maximum 6, and shuffle the deck. So I know there was a 2 there because we just had it, so let me just check. Any other 2s? I don't remember another 2, but I may be wrong. That's it, so we lose that card. This one goes back in. Get those. I'm just going to shuffle these. I'm off camera at the moment. Well, I'm off camera all the time, but even my hands are off camera at the moment, so we're shuffling. Let's place them back. So we detected. Now we do movement, so let's do these first. These can move and these stay in the same hex as this. They're going to attack again. Can't keep getting lucky, I don't think. This one, patrol craft, pretty sure we'll be using the... there's no detector token within 3 hexes of a ready patrol craft. use this movement. Well, that's not, and that's 4. So we're just out. So we don't want a 3. It's a 2. So a 2 is up there. But I don't think it can move there. If it would move, ignore the movement result, do not re-roll, so it doesn't move because we've got the detached mole. You can't move through the mole, so it stays where it is. These now attack. So we're going to do, again, Tallcraft attack, submerged, 10 or more, and then we're going to roll 3 times for the 3 craft. An 8 is a miss. A 5 is a miss. Final one. A 9 is a miss, so tying those up. They're still within 4. And that is the end of that turn. So we're straight on with a fault check for one of these. Getting very warm in this room. We're having a bit of a heat wave here in Britain at the moment, and well, it's probably not warm for some places, but for us it is. And I'm all cooped up in a room at the moment, so I may open the door in a second. In fact, I'm going to do that now. Just bear with me. So, which craft is it going to be? SLC3, which is the one in the harbour. We don't want fault on that one if we can help it. So it's a transmission fault. Replace this card. Place the transmission fault. So we go in there. Cannot full move. Now, that's not a disaster. I'll explain why. We don't want to move to there, and what we don't do is escape. We scuttle the craft and try and escape. So the idea is you scuttle the craft so that the British don't find out the technology, which, as I read it, if you remember when I read out at the start, that did happen on the first mission where they recovered the craft. So the idea is we get in, sink a ship, scuttle the craft, escape. All there is to it. Now, what we're going to do here, SLC1. What I'm going to do is a guaranteed, I'm going to try and I keep doing this, I'm going to try and change directions. So 4, 5 or 6 is what we need. Finally, so we change direction. I only want to get to here so that I can go straight into there. So I'll do a single move, which is guaranteed, so that's my 2 actions there. This one, same thing as before. We can't get away. The only way we could get away really is, because these can only move up to 2, come to the surface and we'll move up to 3, but you're then at risk of being sunk. Well, you would be sunk. We've got 3. We'd have 3 attacks on us for at least a turn where it's just a 7 or more. So we're just going to keep going there and just keep dragging these along this way. So again, they will attack us. Now, I need my warhead. The craft still can't get to us, so we're pretty safe, in fact. Right, well, I'm not going to decide what to do, because what I'm going to do is guarantee the repair. I need that warhead back. So I'm going to guarantee the repair, use both of my actions, and we've now got a working warhead, which is lovely when we're so close to ship. And I'm just thinking, we've got 6 turns. As long as they can't get after us, I can turn. Yes, that's what I can do. So we've used SSL3, warhead's repaired. We're now on to searchlights. These 2 are detectors, so we just card for the submerged SLC1, which amazingly is still not being detected. 10, 11 or 12 and it's detected. It's a 4. now going for patrol. Sorry, I should have done it that way. Patrol craft response. That one's detected, that one's detected. No patrol craft to come out, so it's just that one. Submerged, but not detected, so it's a 10 or more for it to be detected. And it's a 4, so still not detected. Patrol craft movement, so again, these two are coming after this one. 3, sorry, there's 3 on there. That one is not within 3 hexes, so we roll again. I could do with the 7 or 8 where it stays in place and it's still within 4, even a 3 or a 4. So we want the 8-sided dice, and it's now, it stays where it is. So for this turn at least, it's going to be within 4 and it's going to stay on the board. We're now going to have 3 attacks on SLC2. We can't keep getting lucky, surely. So I just knocked the camera there. Submerged. It's a 10 or more. Hits it and it's 3 times. 6. 12, and it's the alert. So what happens is SLC2 goes onto its flipped side, as you can see. 1 action point. So that's all you get for that one. And we've got another one. We've only had 2 at the moment, but again, we take the lowest one. Now, what's the lowest? We've had some 4s, I think. Yeah, so those 2 4s. No, come on. As you see, the longer the game goes on, the harder it gets. Whenever that token comes out, the alert token, it's removing the lowest all the time. So it's making these harder and harder. There's less lower numbers for you. So we've got 1 more now. If this is a 10 or above, we're gone. And it's a 9, so we're just okay. Which is good because we need those staying in play. We now need to move this one. Have I just rolled for that one? Yes, sorry, I've rolled for it, yeah. So I was going to move it again, and I've moved. So that's within 4, so it doesn't go off the board yet. We move the token on, so at 330. Fault check. To be honest, I just don't want it to be number 3. And it is number 3. Fault check for number 3. Battery fault. So we would get a repair check, and if it's not a 6, a battery token goes, and I'll show you the effect of that when I've rolled. 5. Close, but the battery fault is that cannot move. Not great. Not a nightmare. Because although there's no way we can get that back, so we can't move. We're stuck there. But we've got a ship here. So although we can't get the big ones, we know that's worth 3 points. So I'm going to have a go at sinking that. Anyway, on to SLC1. And I am going to... What am I going to do? I'm going to... Still got a number of turns left here. So I'm gonna change direction, use both actions. And the following one I'm going to use 1 action to get to there, and then try and get through the anti-torpedo net. That's 1. We know what we're doing with this one. We're going to there, and they'll follow us. This one. Do I try and do it in 1 turn? No, let's go, we've got time. You see, what I've got to do is detach the warhead and then attach it. And when you attach it, that's when you destroy it. Now I can use 2 actions. So I'm going to take 2 turns because I've got 2 turns. Because the patrol craft are here, they're not going to catch me. So what I do is I detach the warhead and I put it on here. So we're ready with it. I'm using both my actions, so that's me done. SLC3. I've done that one wrong. Let me go back. So it was there. I've got 1 action point there. What I actually want to do, I couldn't use 2. I tried to use 2 action points. What I want to do is recover, which 1 action point, and I check the value with a 4 or a 5. It's 5 if you haven't got that on. So if it was SLC 1, it'd be a 5 because it's -1 stamina. But 4, 5 or 6, and I turn back onto my normal side, which means I can then sustain 2 hits if they start attacking me again. So let's try, and it's a 6. So that is flipped over. You only get, because that's flipped over, that's the end of your turn, the 1 action point. I'd have 2 next time. So that's all 3 of those turns done. Searchlights for SLC 1. 8. Nope, need a 10 or 11 or a 12. Same again for patrol craft for that, because it's not detected. Submerged, and again 10, 11 or a 12. 5, so still not detected. Movement, well that's not moved, so they stay on top of it. That one we roll. Roll the outside of the die. And it's a 3. That's not bad at all because it goes to there. Ooh, although next turn it will be within 3 hexes and it moves towards it, but by then we're going to bomb that ship. We're going to sunk the ship. So although it's moved towards us, it's not going to do any good. It's going to be too late. We now don't know why I'm moving that. Keep doing that. It's because it's the alert cards. I keep thinking I'm going to roll the dice. So we've got 3 attacks coming on SLC2, where it needs a 10 or more. 7, miss. 3, miss. 6, so all missed it. And finally, we move that token to 4 o'clock in the morning. So I don't think I've got this late or early in the morning without losing a craft. And we're now on to the next turn. On to the fault checks. 1. At least it's not 3, so it's not preventing us doing that, although I don't think there's much it will be able to do. So a fault card, SLC 1. Wetsuit fault. Oh. So it's this one, which we just... So we need a 5 or a 6 to avoid this. No. That comes off. Stamina check 5. I think that's for later in the game, but let me just double check. Now, wetsuit. Immediately make a stamina skill check with a skill check value of 5. If the check fails, flip the operator card to its stunned side. If the operator card was already on its stunned side, there is no effect. So we need a 5 or a 6 this time, or we move to stunned and only have 1 action point left. And it's 5, so we passed that, so that's fine. So we don't go to on our stunned side. I'm going to leave this here. No, I'm not. I'm going to use 1 action to move next to the anti-torpedo net, and with the remaining action I'm going to roll a die, submerged, so we need a 4, 5 or 6 to move onto the other side of the anti-torpedo net, and a 4, so we're there. So we're now in a position where we're going to about to cause some damage with this one. We've also got this one in play as well. So we're looking pretty good here at the moment. We're not with this one, are we? But it's doing its job too. And you never know, if it can get to there, we can have a go at blowing that up. And finally 3. So SLC3 he's been our hero this game so far. Now we attach the warhead. If we only had 1 action point, we had to roll for it, but we don't, we've got 2, so it's success. Target a navy or cargo ship in the same hex as a counter with a warhead token on it, which we are. If the check is successful, the navy or cargo ship is destroyed, its counter removed from the game board, and the warhead token is discarded from the game. So, yes it is. So, the warhead token disappears, and the ship is sunk. So, we have sunk HMS Inglefield for 3 points. So, we've got that. Now, where are we? No. We then, next turn, I have to try and scuttle the SLC. So I can't do it this turn. I was thinking it happened at the same time, but it doesn't. So we've done that. Although that's next to those, it can't do any more damage because it's got no more warheads. They have 1 each. There is later missions that do have 2, but in this one they've got 1. So that's all our movements. We're now on to the harbour defences. Searchlights on 1. It's the only one that's not been spotted, and it's submerged. So 11 out of 12 is going to be needed. It's an 8. Patrol craft response, submerged. Submersion in the harbour, so it's more likely now. 9 or above. It's a 7. So no. So not spotted. Movement. These move their usual 2 to land on top of it again. Now that one is now within 3 hexes. So rather than a random movement, it moves up to 2 hexes towards the closest detected token. So it moves to here. But I'm going to scuttle the craft next turn, so it's too late to do anything. So we're now attacking. You know what it is now. 10 or above, and we're rolling 3 times. So we're turning cards over 3 times. 11. It's stunned. Tessé and Pedretti are stunned. You can't quite see that, can you? There. That's 1. Now we've got 2 more. A 9, so we're just alright. Third one. An 8. So we're okay. Hurting, but still hanging on. And that is the end of another turn. So off we go. Start a new turn. Actually, we'll have enough fold cards. SLC2, which is already in a lot of trouble. What fault is it? A wetsuit fault. Yeah, this isn't too bad. So we need to first a repair check. So we need a 5 or a 6. 1. So the wetsuit. Oh, so I've been doing that wrong actually. I've got 1. Got 2 repair. So I can roll twice. So the first one we take is that one, but I can roll again to try and get a 5 or a 6. 2. So it didn't do any good. So the wetsuit is discarded, which means that this roll is a little bit irrelevant. So I'm going to roll anyway with stamina check 5. No, failed. You turn that to the stun side, but if it's already on the stun side, there's no other effect. So it's not destroyed. It just stays on stun. So there's no effect to that. So not too bad. So we are now SLC 1. 2 turns. What do we do? I'd like to gamble on changing direction and then use another to get under it, but if I gamble on change direction it fails, I'm going to be going up there because there's nothing I can do. So I'm going to use my 2 actions to turn. SLC 2, we're getting close. Oh no, we're not going to do that. I did that last time. I've only got one action point. So what we're going to do is try to recover, and we need a 4 or a 5. It's a 4 because we haven't got that. That stamina check 5 is just for the wetsuit side, as far as I know. The breathing gear is the one here. So 4, 5 or 6 to try and get us back up and recover from our stun side. And we have, which is great, because then they have to hit us twice to kill us. The problem is with this one is we can't scuttle it because we can't get away. So that's 2. Now 3. What we do now is we're going to scuttle the SLC. With 1 action point, we'd roll. With 2, it's success. So place the SLC counter on the SLC scuttle space on the game board. So that is there. SLC 3 has been scuttled. I'll move that because that doesn't matter. But do we escape? We now have an escape action. So we roll a die and we make a skill check. We're on -1 for the breathing gear. So it's modified as such. +1 if the time token is on 5 o'clock or earlier. It is just. So +1. -1. Oh, +1 if operator card is readied. It is. It's not stunned. So +2. -1 inside a harbour. Yeah. -1 if there is no SLC token on the breathing gear space. No, there isn't. -2 per patrol craft in the hex. There wasn't one in the hex. There was one next to it. And -2 if in Algiers or Alexandria. We're not. So we've got +1, +2, and -1, -2. So it's a 0. So no modifier. And to see if we escape, I'll just show you the rule book there at the bottom. 3 or lower, we captured. 4 or higher, we escape. So, and this is worth a victory point. We've already got 1 for scuttling, so we're actually on 4 VPs altogether. And it's 2. So, unfortunately, the frogman didn't get away. I'll just move those off so we know that one's done. Oh, I'm just moving the wrong one. Actually, I've realised I'm wrong with that because it's that one. So it shouldn't have been mine. So we were nowhere near doing it anyway. But we did have a 2 stamina. That doesn't make any difference. So, no. So, although I nearly messed up there. So that is all 3 craft done for this turn. Searchlights for this one. Submerged, 11 or 12. 7, we're alright. Patrol craft. It's submerged in the harbour, 9 or more. And it's a 12, so we detected. And again, we need to do a bit of housekeeping. What's the lowest number? We've got a 7. 6. Oh, a 3. So just 1 3, so we just lose 1 card. The problem we've got is that crafts may well come after us this next turn, which is not what we want. But you'll see. We'll see what happens. So that's detected. So we don't need to roll anything else because we do the movement. So we can roll for this, and I'm just going to do it anyway. It doesn't really matter. A 1, so it moves to there. It's going to be taken off the board. I must have already moved those. Oh no, they didn't move, did it? That one. So they don't move. Those 3 are going to attack. 10 or more. 10 or more hits it, and a 10. So it's we're stunned. We've still got 2 to turn. A 10. SLC 2 has gone. So we're 2 down. Make sure I move the right ones this time. So we've just got SLC 1 left. None of these craft, these patrol craft, are now within 4, are they? What was it there? 5 now, so they all come off the board. Come off the board, we go to 5 o'clock. And I'm going to, I don't know what I'm going to do. Anyway, this is where it gets a bit better on us for the fault, because we've only got 1 craft on. We roll this. 2. 2's gone, so no faults. You don't just do the ones that are left. If it lands on 1, it's no longer in the game. That's it. Now, so I've got 2 actions. What I'm going to do is try and do a full move. If this doesn't work, I'm going to my backup plan. So my full move would turn me 2 to there. So I need 4, 5 or a 6. And it's a 1. Failed. So what I'm going to do instead is move that 1 place to there. So I'm going to settle for trying to get that. And we need to try and stay out of the way. So searchlights aren't going to work. I'm not going to draw a main for that. And the patrol craft, we're going to draw, I'm just looking at this. So we draw a card. And if we get, so we've got lower points here, let me just show you. It's getting a little bit tricky. It's submerged, that's the only help. We've got submerged, detected and harbour, so 7 or more. And we end up with a patrol craft next to us. So we do need a low card. It's a 9. We haven't got a low card. So we've got a patrol craft on its exhausted side there. Right. But that's it for this turn. Now, SLC 1's not getting out of here. We turn now past 5. Only got that craft left. What I'm going to do, I could gamble. Now what I need to do is detach the warhead from my SLC, then attach it on the ship. The problem with gambling that, if I do 1 action, I can gamble 4, 5 or 6, 4, 5 or 6. If I try and attach the warship, sorry, I need to turn that over. That was exhausted. It's now ready. It's going to get on top of me, so there's a danger it's going to sink me. Yeah, I'm going to use both of my actions to detach it, so I'm going to have to wait another turn. Do I risk it all? No, yeah, I'm going to do that. So the warhead's now ready, but I've had my turn. Searchlights, it knows where I am. Patrol craft, let's see if we get another one coming after us. Submerged, detected, harbour. 7 or more, and we get another one. And it's an 8, so we do get another one. But it's on its exhausted side. Now this one moves on to the same hex, so it's going to attack us. 10 or more, and it sends us stunned. We really don't want a 10, 11 or a 12 this time. 5, so we're alright, so it's missed. That now moves on to its readied side. So I think we're looking at my most successful mission ever in this game. We now move on to the last turn. 6 o'clock in the morning. We're going to try the fault side of things. 3. SLC 3 has already been scuttled. Nothing. SLC 1 has just 2 action points. What it's going to do is guarantee sinking another ship. Although he's sacrificing himself a bit here because he can't scuttle anything. So we have now, well, I already know what score I'm going to get, but we'll play the rest out and then we'll go back to it. that is, and I can't read that from here, just a second, HMS Faulkner. So we've now sunk HMS Faulkner, so we've sunk 2 ships. And that's SLC's 1's last turn done. We go through the defences, no searchlights, we go to the patrol craft response, 7 or more, we end up with another one. Yes, it's not going to get us because it's going to go onto its submerged, exhausted side there. That one is going to join the other patrol craft on top, and they're going to roll again. Not roll, pulled a card. 10 or more, and they stun us. 2 cards, so they could actually sink us if they get 10 or more on both. 6, no. And a 9, no. And that is the end of a very successful mission. And I hope I've explained it all without making too many mistakes as I'm going along. So all that's left now is to score ourselves. So we add the victory points for each navy or cargo ship count to remove from the game. We remove 2. The Faulkner and the Inglefield, both were 3, so we got 6 points for that. And each SLC on the SLC scuttled space the board, 1 extra point. So another one, so we got 7. But we didn't get any on the escape because they were captured. So we ended up on 7 points, which, according to the game, is a minor victory. And if I can be able to demonstrate, as I've been going through the campaign there, you can see the ones I've had. And my best score is a 7 in BG5, so that is the best I've done. I scored 2 previously on this one, although I probably didn't know what I was doing so much, you know. Someone probably listen to this and say, you still don't know what he's doing. Yeah, so 7 points. The historical score was, I think it was 3 points, 3 or 4 points. Yeah, 3 victory points. So we've actually beaten the historical score. Historic. I'm going to have to get... Is historical even a word, or am I just making that up? But we've beaten the historic score. Well, thank you for watching all this. It's a little bit shorter than my last one. But it's what I like about this game. I mean, I've been explaining it, but I would say this game takes you 15-20 minutes to set up, half an hour or so to play. Really nice, quick game to play. And I would honestly say, check out David Thompson's other games because they are great games. Thank you, and hopefully you'll be back soon.